What's up, man? We appreciate y'all for checking into the G Spot podcast. It's Thursday night, as you always know. We got some new guests in the building. First and foremost, which y'all know my boy Snow. Y'all see him still back there in the cut. I don't know if he think he in a hip hop studio. He had to put his goddamn earmuffs on. So we gonna let him do that. You feel what I'm saying? But we got two new guests up in the building. I appreciate y'all ladies for coming. First and foremost, like I always do, for praise God for whom our blessings flow. And I'm gonna let the ladies introduce themselves. We got Snow family in the building. I appreciate you, Snow, for bringing your people. Then we gonna introduce you. You feel me? You feel me? But I'll let you introduce yourself first. Don't be afraid.
Well, I'm Sade, but everyone's calls me Sugar. So
Okay. Okay.
I'm Latoya. Everybody call me Toy.
Okay. And who you is again?
Oh, Snow. Just Snow.
Hey, why they call you Sugar? Is that
my dad gave me that name cutting the umbilical cord, and it just stuck with me
okay?
all these years.
Okay. Well, y'all know I'm Gent. They used to call me Jody. I ain't gonna tell y'all why. But I retired from that. Nah, for real. And like I always tell y'all too, make sure y'all drop positivity in the comments, like I always tell y'all to do, man, because you never know who need it. The world is crazy right now, especially with people of color, melanated people, the Aboriginal people. Make sure y'all do that, man. Tonight we got a pretty interesting conversation that we're gonna go back on something that we kind of already had a conversation about already kind of one time before. So this is gonna be our part two for that. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe to the G Spot podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and download the RWR Live 365 app to listen to us and some really good music all day, every day. And to listen to my show each and every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. What I want to get into first tonight is, well, we're gonna be talking about some relationship stuff, and like I always tell y'all, man, make sure y'all interact with us. You feel what I'm saying? So go ahead and do them shares and all that. First and foremost, man, how was y'all week?
It was long.
Long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. You know, the older you get, life go by fast, but the days be long as hell, don't it?
Yes.
And then the time change, they ain't
Hey.
help it either.
Yeah, not me, boy. My week been spectacular. I've been chilling like a billy.
Oh my God.
What's it?
I'm outside every night. I'm outside every night.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know. I don't know. We used to write letters. I don't know if you mind me asking. How old are you?
I actually turned 30 on the 23rd of this month.
Oh, okay.
I'm the citizen in
Happy.
here.
Oh, you turned. Oh, well, happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, I forgot what we was for a minute. Shit, ain't know what to say belated, early or what. But yeah, happy early birthday. Look, I mean, I've seen a lot of people on social media. They ask us to do it. Hurt. What's up, bro? Alafia, bro. It's good to see you. A lot of people be like, do it hurt when you turn 30, man? When I turned 30, I don't know about everybody else. It's just like I had an epiphany. Like I had this moment in my life where I felt like I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I'm gonna do for me, and I'm gonna start living for myself. 30, turning 30, man. I think that's when you you'll realize when you hit 30 and you start looking at people on Snapchat. You like, damn, I was doing it at 21, 22, like that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like certain shit be old.
Yeah, you see people party in the clubs every week, every weekend. Like, dang, that's all y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? But then I had to realize that used to be me too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, do y'all thing. But man, when you get to your 30s, I think that's when you really
Get
like,
serious.
find yourself. You get to really living for yourself.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, how you feel?
Okay, so me, I've been in a relationship since I was 16. I'm 37. That was 21 years of my life. Like I've been a mama for 20 years. I was a housewife for 13 of those years. So, now that I'm single, at 37, I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
I ain't never experienced what I'm living now then 21 years ago or within them 21 years.
Right.
Because I was always committed to something or somebody.
Right.
You excluded from the bunch.
So I guess at 37 is when you really start living your life.
Yeah, that's one of them old school relationships.
You have an excuse. I ain't get to experience those moments.
Right. Yeah.
But she's in her 30s still, so now you get to experience them.
Yeah. And at 45, like I'm gonna be a empty nester. My son will be 18. 3 days later, I turn 45. So it's just like I'm preparing for my best life.
Yeah.
Like
Why is
I
it
already got
you?
my trip planned.
Where we going?
I'll be gone for 30 days.
Where we going?
Mhm.
I'm going to Jamaica
Oh
for
yeah.
30
wanna go
days.
too.
I
Oh.
want to get my groove
Oh
back.
yeah, me too.
Okay,
Stella.
You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you 100% on that, man.
I'm going for the winning. I'm
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, man, but the thing is, see, and I want to touch on that just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. For a lot of men, we always end up in conversations when it has to do with women and sex for a lot of men. And you encounter a lot of men, it's like, dang, and not for women, but as far as being a man, when you get around some men, that's all the conversation sometimes is about. It's like, nigga, enjoy you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
just enjoy life, enjoy you. Next year, that's all I said I'm doing is like we got next year, I got a trip planned to Colombia. First thing people asked me was, I know you ain't going to get your teeth done. Your teeth look good. Why you going to get? I'm like, I didn't even know that people go there to get their teeth done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now you're making me think about it. You know what I'm saying? You're making me think about it. Going to get, I just don't want no big ass teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. That horse mouth.
It be a long way from home. You know what I'm saying? I want some
Exactly.
goddamn crocodile teeth. But she said, okay, Stella. But no, I feel like even as men, man, we have to start being more in tune with yourself a lot of times, man, because we have the world on our backs, especially as black men. Because not only are we judged by society, but we are also judged by people in our own home because we
That's
are
true.
expected to walk a certain type of way, talk a certain type of way, be into certain type of things, be able to do certain type of things. And to the black man, we are, I think, at the top of the list of being, I guess, how can I put this, judged by our financial status.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
man. About
That is
time
true.
let a man see that with you.
Yeah, so it'd be a lot of stress on us that people don't really know, but at the same time, because we have never been taught to be in tune or voice our feelings in a positive way without anger, then we don't know how to voice that. And if people say, well, he don't know himself or he don't know how to communicate, we was never given the opportunity to communicate, because if we do, y'all gonna say we soft.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
So that's where it comes the imbalance between men and women. And I think that's where a lot of women have to understand that, because, and that's what, if this is with everybody, this statement, we carry the trauma of not just of stuff we dealt with personally, but we also carry our parents' trauma. We carry our grandparents' trauma. We carry our we carry trauma of people that we never even met before. And sometimes it's from tradition, and sometimes it's just from just the energy that our family has kept in that they never confronted before. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's all that stuff that's swept under the rug is what men still carry.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, as growing up, like when boys grow up, first thing you hear, oh, don't cry.
Yeah.
That's weak. No, it's okay to cry. I don't
Yeah.
care if you're male or female. It's okay to cry. It's okay to tell people, look, that hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, because at the end of the day, just because you're a male don't mean you ain't got feelings.
Right. Right.
But a lot of men don't understand that.
Yeah, crazy be tough.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of
Not
men
a
don't
listen.
understand that.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of us really be, a lot of us be tough, but then a lot of us play tough.
Exactly. And that's
Oh.
what men are taught to play tough.
Yeah. And a lot of men and a lot of people don't, and a lot of men suffer from, especially a lot of black men suffer from PTSD and they don't even know
Exactly.
it. And shit, don't let you be a fucking black man in the LGBTQ community, element of P. You know, they got a whole bunch of shit
the
every
alphabet
year.
mob, you better
Yeah, what great
That's
day. Please don't cancel me. Look, but I was watching a podcast with Taraji and she was talking about it. And a lot of men, they suffer from PTSD. Like, we cannot voice ourselves and we do not even have the circle between men. Fortunately, around us, you know, me, you, Ken, L, we develop that within each other. Because one thing about us, we can go to a club. If somebody get too drunk, you ain't driving home. You can
That's
stay
right.
over here. You know what I'm saying? Or we go to a club and somebody too drunk, we going to the bathroom together. We doing everything together because
Exactly.
we don't know who don't like you in here. They might try to sneak you because they know you're drunk. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You have a lot of people ain't like that. Every man for
Exactly.
himself. You're a grown man.
Exactly.
And even now,
y'all.
yeah, you know, because people think being grown means that you have all the knowledge and we don't.
Exactly.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? People come from different backgrounds. You know, it's certain things that you probably ain't gonna learn until you 30, 40, 50 years old, you know, because of your experiences in life. And ain't nothing necessarily wrong on it on your behalf. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to learn how to just be more lenient on each other and be more understanding that shit. You got your own walk. I don't know what you've been through to make you feel a move the way that you move.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like earlier we was talking about, which we ain't gonna get too deep in that yet, because I got an episode on this. We was talking about the whole poly thing. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't understand it, but some people don't understand it because they don't even try to understand it. They just say
Exactly.
no. My
That's
people
right.
didn't do this. No. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It is crazy, man. And I don't be wanting to get into this all the time. I just had a conversation with a dude earlier. He was talking about, he was one of those Facebook preachers, you know, from
Mhm.
COVID, we have a lot of those ordained Facebook preachers.
Yes, that's right.
And which ain't nothing wrong with that, because if you got it, you got it. But that's what I label you as. And he was saying how people who do African spirituality, you going to hell. And that's of the devil. It be blowing me how many black people go to church and do not know where the customs of the black church come from.
Exactly.
Do you not?
Exactly.
And I think did we talk about this
We
last
talked
night?
about that last
Yeah.
night. We did.
Do y'all not know where wearing white come from?
Exactly.
That didn't start in the white church. That started in the black
In the
church.
black church.
Do you not know where baptisms come from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a spiritual bath.
Mhm.
That is a part of voodoo, hoodoo. That's all a part of that.
Exactly.
Using blessed oil on your head. That's root work. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Even the way that we scream and what they call it, what they call it? Tearing, what they call it? When you be hollering all that. Then they call it tearing or I forgot what they call it. But when you be doing that hooning and hollering in the church,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't nobody have church like the black church because we inserted African spirituality
Mhm.
inside the black church and people don't even realize it. But
That's
then
true.
they'll be okay to uphold the slavery part. You know when you walk and hold your finger by the church, that came from slavery.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
being dismissed.
You being dismissed. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
people, and that's why I have this platform. So you don't have to believe me, but I hope I encourage you to go research for yourself. And you're gonna come back and tell me I'm right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
so
right.
and that's what we have.
Somebody said speaking of tongues.
Yeah, speaking in tongues. Exactly. Speaking in
Yeah.
tongues, where you think that come from? And then you hear all those people over in Africa, and you be
What
like,
do
what
they
the?
do? They
Or and you
speak
hear
in
those
tongues. That's
those
right.
Native Americans too.
Yeah.
That's because let's not. One thing about being American is that we mix with multiple things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because we do have people. You have people who try to say that we ain't come from Africa, but we do. I have a great uncle who's still living who can go back and say, no, my mama told me the story of her mama who came, her grandmama who raised her that came on the slave ship with her mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have people who can still tell these stories.
But you know, you can do your genealogy
Mhm.
because I traced my genealogy all the way back to Guyana, where they
Mm.
where the slaves was getting on the ship.
Yeah.
They would go into this big old building, right? And when they go into the building, it's a straight hallway, dark hallway, no lights. They walk onto the ship. They thinking they coming to America to live a great life. No, you're coming to America because they're finna enslave you and you don't know it.
Mhm.
But they was promised all this good stuff when they got here. But then when they get on that ship, guess what happened? They got chained to the bottom of the ship.
Mhm.
A lot of them people didn't ever make it over here.
Mhm.
And then they was thrown off when they stopped at the next pickup site for the rest of the slaves. Guess what? They threw those off. The ones that was there, they threw them off. So, like, what do you mean they lost?
And a lot
their
of
seat?
shout out to the ones who jumped off.
Exactly.
Shout out. I remember when Kanye made that comment and said that people chose to be slaves, and everybody was pissed off, even me. But
You have to understand.
you
what
have
he
to
meant.
understand what he meant.
Exactly.
One thing about us, we always react out of our emotions.
Mhm.
That is one of the worst things you can do is react out of your
Exactly.
emotions.
But I
You
do
have
that
to
a
sit
lot.
back. Yeah, I do too. I used to. Sometimes you have to sit back and you have to really think because we did. You had people who, one thing, if you know that as our souls are eternal anyway.
Mhm.
So if I choose, I'm not gonna live that life and I jump over that on me, and they taught us, oh, you're gonna be going to hell. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? But we have to really, really look at stuff. And then when even talking about Africa, I feel like they owe us reparations.
They do. They do.
We want to talk about America owing us reparations. They owe us too, because it got to a point when y'all knew.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all knew what the hell was, especially the ones who converted to the Nation of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Those Islamic, because a lot of our people come from Muslim backgrounds.
That's true.
They sold our people into slavery. They
That's
sold
right.
their own people into slavery.
Yeah.
So we look at Africa and Africa be looking at us. Why y'all want to be like us? Because technically, nigga, we are cousins.
We are y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we are different breed because we are mixed with so many different things. Shout
That's
out to the
right.
Native Americans who did take us in the way that they did.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, we need to learn how to acknowledge them as well. You know what I'm saying? But the movies nowadays are putting more E5 now. And you know what, bro? I think E5 has been in the movies, but now you know how like when you
Nobody
get a
knew
new
what it
car,
was.
exactly.
Right.
You get a new car, then all of a sudden you realize everybody on this motherfucking street got a car like I got.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you never paid
Exactly.
attention to that car
That's right.
until you got that
Until
car.
you got it.
And I feel like the same thing. We don't have to pay attention to a situation until we in that situation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So of course we've had it here. We had it, and we even have it in our church. We have it in the church where now we call prophets. And I remember a preacher told me, she said, all the real prophets dead.
Yeah.
A preacher told me this. Ain't no real prophets. These are people who have gifts of people who are of their bloodline. And now that you're speaking out on what your bloodline came. But then when you see somebody of a different culture doing the same thing that you're doing, you say, oh, that's the devil. Oh, that's this. Even when you dance, they say, and then you go to Africa, see people, tribes doing the same dances, and you say, oh, that's the devil. You know what I'm saying? It's all confusing. But we're gonna get off of that. Tonight we're gonna have a little small conversation, like I said, a conversation we had one time before. Certain things that you picked up on or learned to appreciate from past relationships, whether it be good or bad. We're gonna say good. We want to hear the good. Because I always believe that no matter what you went through with a person, times wasn't always bad. You know what I'm saying? So, and even through bad situations, you always can pick up on something good. You feel me? So we're gonna get into that or whatever. Snow, that nigga ready.
What you rubbing your face for?
That man rubbing his beard and everything. Great day. So Snow, tell us what you learned.
Oh, you used to give me out first. You saying what did I learn? Man, I learned definitely you gotta learn you gotta most definitely learn to love yourself for anything. Like you gotta learn yourself, like when you gotta know when to let go certain situation. Cause I felt like before, I honestly like from a previous relationship, I had kind of got lost, bro. I kind of like lost myself, real. And then like once I picked myself back up, and then I tried it again, I was like, nah, I felt myself losing myself. Like, nah, bro, I can't keep getting caught up in it. But the majority of the situation, I learned to love myself because I had, pre-relationship. I don't know if I know this, but I stabbed 3 times. After that,
Oh, I know.
Me too, I know.
He tried to lie about it, but I know. We ain't gonna get into that. But go ahead with your story.
Yeah, I got stabbed like 3 times. I ain't throwing shade at the person. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't say no name.
Me and her, we still all right. We cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. So I learned to love myself
Ain't
real
you got a
from the
kid?
situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really living myself. I feel like like people gotta learn to accept people, let them be them. Like if I'm gonna be judgmental towards a person, no matter what the situation is they got going on, I don't need to be around them. Like I can't accept you for the good and then don't like the bad.
Yeah.
Like if I ain't gonna accept you fully, I ain't finna deal with you partial. And I feel like that's what's going on with relationships nowadays. People want to accept the part that benefit them out of it. Like whether it's your money, if you provide them somewhere to stay, or you just a ear to hear them when they're going through their problems versus accepting you all the way. Like you're not gonna gain respect or gain true love and passion with a person just halfway accepting.
That's true.
Because if I had love you for just the things you got, and I feel like the biggest things of it is all these BBLs playing a major role.
That ass fat boy.
I'm a man, I'm calling it out. I'm a real man, I'm calling it out. And I'm finna tell you why I call that. All right, cool. People getting caught in shapes and sizes, right? All right, that's the new thing. That's trend, right? The trend, we don't look at a person, okay, over 20, 30 years. If I fell the shape I fell in love with, who says gonna be the same in 20, 30 years? What I'm saying is people need to learn to love. You need to learn to love a person. Like, what happened to learn the person's mind, soul, and all that? We looking at shapes now. We ain't looking at 20, 30 years.
Well, let me say something on that right now. I think that stems from the fact that we judge beauty by what social media judge beauty by.
Yeah.
And because we are Americans, we also judge beauty by what white America judge beauty by, even when we don't try to. Now, when we was in elementary school, middle school, we used to call people African booty scratcher. If you was black, if you was
Oh yeah, if
definitely
you was
dark,
too dark,
Mhm.
yeah.
you caught. But now everybody like, oh, you black, you so pretty.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
this, you so
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, my dad is very, very, very dark. Okay, like, okay. And my dad has told me certain things. You know, when I went through school, but my dad was a dresser. Okay, he grew up in the '70s, so you know they used to wear like,
Oh yeah, them
Yeah,
men used to
bottoms.
dress.
yeah, you know they used to wear 3-piece suits to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like every day was Easter
Sure.
Sunday. You know what I'm saying? That's how my dad was, and that's why I got into dressing, because that's why it's very important to do your ancestry, because a lot of things that we get, it is from generation.
That's
I
true.
come from a generation of, even my great grandmother was known to be wearing fur coats and all kind of stuff like that. So that's what I like. I like
Hey,
real
man, I
classy
can't-
man.
I
And my
can't
daddy
advise
was
you on
like that.
Yeah.
My dad,
Yeah.
my daddy real big on this to today. He
Yeah,
always-
you is. This man told me, yeah, you know, G like my daddy, he like to wear church clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I
on
dress urban,
real-
G
and
wear
on
church
real,
clothes
though,
like my daddy.
hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm from pride of fact. Previously, I just had a pre-relationship dealing with a person. So me, if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, dressing with church clothes, dress up clothes, I wasn't mean to stand at the party. Shit, I guess I ain't me to
But let me say this though.
That ain't me.
No, but the thing is, this, and I'm gonna tell you this: it ain't about it not being you, but it's about being open
The
to
change.
change.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to be with somebody who's not open to change,
That's true.
especially with what's going on now. Nobody wants to be that. And even if it ain't your thing, for you to say, you know what, I could do this every once in a while, that shows that you evolve. Me, I feel like the older we get, we should evolve.
Yeah, we should.
You know what I'm saying?
should.
It's certain ways I'm not gonna dress like how I used to dress when I was 18 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain places I ain't gonna go like I used to do when I was 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? It all correlates with each other. So I think that's probably what they meant by that. But you obviously you felt some type of way because you started. I don't know if y'all
It
seen
started
it.
to change a little bit. Yeah.
I'm talking. We
Okay.
seen the picture.
So I noticed that too. Yeah.
A turtle.
All right, let's get y'all ready.
Yeah.
That story right there wasn't even supposed to happen. That story don't supposed to happen. What happened was I had a lady friend, you know, we were trying to see what things, you know, go.
Yeah.
Whatever, shout out to her, you know what I'm saying? Her, we still cool with. It didn't go too far, but, you know, ain't no love lost. Cool.
But you learned something from it.
Yeah, matter of fact, me and her.
And that's the point of this show today.
Matter of fact, me and her speak right now.
What you learned from that situation, though?
What I learned from her, man, I ain't gonna lie. If I can go back, bro, and, you know, get things where they be, she perfect person. Like,
I agree.
Straightforward.
Yeah,
you
me
know what I'm
too.
saying?
I agree with
agree.
that. Yeah.
She got her head on her shoulder, her own business, stuff like that. She
Dress nice,
Yes.
classy.
She's
She got
very
along with your
classy.
family, really
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
That was different from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Completely different.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We told him that we came. I don't know if you was there when we came to his birthday event at that's your grandma, right?
Yeah, that's my grandma's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool that you pointed that out. I know for me, my last relationship, one thing that I took from it was always focus on your happiness first.
Mhm.
Oh, you step first.
It ain't even about you should always love yourself first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Always love yourself first. It took me to become 30 years old to tell myself I love myself. And it felt weird telling myself that. You know what I'm saying? And you hear Mary J. Blige with the Good Morning Gorgeous song. You know what I'm saying? People used to I've heard a couple people was like making jokes about it. And it was just like, I get it because I had to tell myself as a man, I love myself. I allowed myself to go through certain things because I realized you can say you love yourself all day, but love
You
does
ain't
not go
showing
with
yourself,
me
yeah.
dressing nice, me making sure I got a haircut, making sure my beard look good. That also shows how the things that I allow myself to get into, how I allow people to treat me. That all is considered, that all wraps up in self-love. You know what I'm saying? So when you love yourself, I ain't gonna put myself in a situation that's gonna get me messed up. I am not gonna let nobody handle me no type of way. I don't care who you is. You can be mama, daddy, sister, brother, but you can't handle me no type of way because I know who I am.
Right.
So with loving yourself, it all requires multiple things. You get what I'm saying?
See, but I don't think a lot of men understand that.
Oh no.
Because okay, so a lot of men feel like, you know, they can treat a woman any type of way.
Mm-hmm.
They can do whatever they want to do, especially when the woman is open. Like if you can be 100% honest about yourself to a woman and she's okay with who you are, then that man turns around and try to hide and lie, and then hide the fact that he is who he is. You don't have to hide the fact that you are who you are.
Mhm.
But you get mad when the true you come out and that woman reacts to it.
Yes.
You can't get mad because I react or a woman react. Because, personally, me, I react to a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And my reactions, a lot of my reactions are not good reactions,
Mhm.
but they are reactions. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that.
Mhm.
But you can't treat anybody any kind of way and think it's okay.
It's okay. One thing about it, and I shared this on social media that my daddy taught me. A lot of men be thinking they player. But if you got to lie, you ain't no player.
Exactly.
A player is somebody who can be real about what's going
Honest
on
about
and
who
still
he
get
is.
what they want.
Exactly.
That's how I am. I'm gonna be real. Look, this is what I'm looking for. This is what it is. This is what I ain't gonna do. This is what I ain't, and whether you gonna, and I'm okay with you not accepting that, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody wrong for not wanting to deal with you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I am on God's
But you got
time.
to give that person the opportunity.
You got to
to
give
pick
them the
and choose
opportunity
if they want to deal with it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And then men have a bad habit of presenting themselves as one person in front of everybody. And then when it's just you and that person alone, it's completely different.
Completely.
Yeah, we
You know
have
what I'm saying?
we have ego. We have ego.
Oh,
And-
well, we don't know what that is.
yeah,
but
I don't
okay.
either. Shit, I'm the igloo. Shit, we have ego issues
Exactly.
as men.
Hey, you know something though that I noticed with the men, and like why I bash with me through all the situations I've been through. I don't speak negative on them. I learn like as a man, I feel like us men weak, man. I feel like without a woman,
A man is nothing.
Yeah, a man weak. And hold on, I'm gonna tell you why. This is why I feel like man, with the right, I feel like us men, we crack ease under pressure. Like man, I feel like this, and this is why I say that. I feel like a man could dog a woman, right? And she still can get up in the morning and she knows she still gotta move forward. I feel like a woman could admit she hurt and still move forward. A man, soon as we get hurt, no man, I ain't hurt to your homeboy. Man,
We want to kill everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Be upset and angry.
to our homeboys, man.
But that all starts at home. Like if you don't have no communication, you don't know how to open and express your feelings for real, then that's the only way that you're gonna react.
That's true.
Is like through anger.
That's true.
Then you want to attack the woman and kill everybody.
Now, not all men are like that. Now, I am a woman, and me, when I feel like I have been mistreated or I have been wronged, baby, one thing about me, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna show the hell out.
But see, you gotta communicate. You gotta see what is the reason why you feeling like that. Like you gotta be like, hey, well, you did such and such, such and such, and I feel like you should have came at me a different type of way. But you don't just gotta react. That's what.
No, you gotta react, but you don't have to react violently.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is the thing. Like me, I'm only gonna explain to you once. Okay, I'm 37 years old. I got a 20-year-old daughter, 14-year-old daughter, 10-year-old son. I only explain things once. And if I tell you once, this is what it is, bro, or this is what it is, love bug, my love bug, that be my little chicks. But if I tell you that's what it is, that's what it is. Don't come back and try to do that same little sneak stuff. Because now I'm finna react because you're asking me. Yeah, you're asking me to react. So if I react in a way that you're not comfortable, then guess what?
So why
you put yourself in that predicament? Now it's time for me to step back. But don't make me out to be the bad person because I reacted to something that you done.
One thing I can always say is that you cannot determine a person's reaction to your actions.
Exactly.
So you have to be very mindful about what you do to people and what the possibility of what the circumstances of what you done can be. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I've been in some fucked up situations, you know what I'm saying, with people because I used to be, and I mean this, I used to be the type of man where we got to hope.
That's true. I've learned that to choose my battles wisely.
Choose your battles. I used to be the type of man where and I still kind of believe this. I just know how to be disciplined with it. I believe that as a man, monogamy is not a man's trait.
That's true.
I feel like that is something that was learned through European culture when we came here through slavery. I believe that men, and so it's in men to want multiple partners.
Exactly.
And so for me, especially when I first started having sex, that's what it was for me. You wink your eye, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for a lot of men, that's how it is. But the thing is, like we stated before, and like you stated, be real about it. One thing I learned, especially at the age, I'm 31 years old. One thing I've learned is that you can tell a woman what it is, and she might be on social media around her friends acting like XYZ. But if you tell her, and if a woman really wants you and you tell a woman what it is, she gonna still fuck with you.
That's right. That is true.
And that's just what it is. And but as men, we fear the fact of, I'm getting something out of you and I don't want to let that go. So I gotta lie about it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But for women, let me tell you something. Women are definitely more sneaky than men.
They are. They are.
But the thing is, I don't even know if they're more sneaky. It's the fact that because we are not in tune with our emotions, that makes you not in tune with your intuition. Because intuition is not just a woman's thing. No. We all have what we call in our culture or re. You know what I'm saying? And that's your mind. That's your first spirit. Your mind gonna tell you. Because you can go anywhere and some stuff pop off, and you're gonna be like, something told me not to come here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So we all have that. We have to listen to our Ori, and our Ori is going to tell us this is what it's going to be. But as men, we ignore it because we think with our central part of our body.
Exactly. That is true. That is true.
And women, I always tell people all the time, women are the brains and the man is the body.
Yep.
And so I always, especially in our culture, a priest told me one time, he said, women are like a garden. The woman is the garden. She reaps everything that you need. The man is the fence that protects the garden. I don't care about your sexuality. I don't even care about your race. But I feel like men should always protect women.
And me, you know what? It's very few men like that.
Yeah, because
it's very few.
Look at what's going on with women. They're really trying to erase women right now.
Exactly.
Come on, man. They have a womb. They are now inserting wombs into men to have babies.
That's right.
Like, it's some crazy shit going on right now. That all comes from greed. Greed is what got us to the point where we at right now. For people being greedy, that greed is what got us into slavery. Greed, people being greedy. You know what I'm saying? So we have to wake up and we have to start basically doing our research as Black people. Like, start reading up on stuff. Even when the Bible, read up on it. Find out what started this. We are a country, we don't have the whole Bible in this country.
Exactly.
And then when you start reading other books, you're going to start thinking like, whoa.
It's all put together just because they want people, okay, let's piece this together so these people will understand this is what we want them to do. It's controlling through the word. But then when you go tell somebody, hey, well, what you read is not what I read over here. It's not my understanding.
Come on.
They're going to beat you down because they only know what they've read here. They haven't read the different books to understand what the word is really saying. Right. And then people pick and choose what they want to follow out the word. Right. They pick and choose what works for them. And then that's what they go on. And that's their belief. I don't have no problem with what you believe. You believe what you want to believe. I believe what I want to believe. And at the end of the day, we can agree to disagree. Because I'm not finna beat you down about what you believe. Right. And I don't want you to beat me down about what I believe.
Right.
Because like earlier, polygamy is my thing. I'm cool. But not everybody with it.
Right.
Because they think different.
Right.
But
y'all tell us how y'all feel about polygamy. Y'all post it in the comments.
But yeah, I do. I ain't.
You down with the polygamy?
Hey,
nah, man. I'm a one man show. I ain't bro. Each his own though. I don't knock people for thinking they want.
I think everybody.
But it ain't about being a one man show. Are you okay with having more than one woman?
No.
I think everybody should experience.
I'm a one man show. I ain't a player. I'm just committed to one woman when I got one. That's me. I'm just a one person guy. That's it. I ain't with sharing my woman. I ain't with doing shit.
And so somebody said hypergamy is my thing. I don't know if I said that right because I ain't never heard of it. So I want you to please explain to us what is that so we can, be enlightened. I get you. So let me ask you, what is something that you learned or you took from your last relationship?
The biggest thing I took is to not lose myself into somebody else.
Actually.
Because I'm the type, if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm gonna build you before I build me.
Actually.
And so at the end of the day, when I go into my next relationship, and my next relationship will be poly, because that's just what I need in my life. I need a stepping stone and a foundation to build my own self. And so my next relationship will be poly. And when I go into that, then I know what I'm bringing in. I'm bringing in understanding to know that, okay, you know what? So don't lose yourself. Build them as you're building yourself.
So you're going to get a woman and a man or two women?
That I don't know yet. I don't know if either way it go, if I have one man or two men or three men or four.
Great.
It ain't always about sex though.
Right.
Because I can have 4 different men for 4 different things.
Right.
And then I can have a man just for sex if that's what I choose.
True.
All right.
Or
hey, I'll
I can
men
have,
go find out about each other. That might be a pretty scene.
But let me tell you something.
To know each other.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Each other.
I know
they have to agree.
I know a woman who has a husband. We talked about this last night.
Yeah.
And I just want everybody to know this for people who are trying to understand polygamy. I know a woman who has a husband. Her and her husband both own businesses. Her husband has 3 other wives who lives in different areas. Well, 2 of them lives in a different area, but all 3 other wives own businesses.
Exactly.
2. The wife though has, and this is called something totally different. Okay, but the wife also has 2 men that she messed with that the husband owns, but they both own businesses as well.
Exactly.
So everybody got money, and the sister wives,
that's exactly what they are,
have to pay the main wife $300 a month because they are with her husband because she's the head wife.
That's right.
Now, not saying that everybody's relationship is like that, but due to the fact that they own businesses, they don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have a lot of women who will say,
over 10 grand a year. Hell no, I ain't doing that.
But you have to
you ain't no wife, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying a woman her.
But you have to understand though.
Yes, polyamory and polygamy are 2 different things.
They are.
Yes.
They are.
True.
That's right.
And what I believe I was talking about was polyamory. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So when both partners have multiple partners.
Exactly.
The thing is not about sex. It's
not.
about building a structured foundation. How can, and then if you have babies with these women, and especially if you get into African-based spiritualities, you're gonna get with a man that's gonna want multiple wives. That's just what it's gonna be. Yep. I've been around it long enough now to see it for myself.
But I think every man should have a pick and choose of what he wants. The same thing get boring. Right. That's just like a woman. Why would I want to sleep with this man or this woman every night doing the exact same thing?
See, ain't many women have admitted to what you just said. Ain't many women gonna admit to what you just said. For real.
They not. You know why they not? Because they too insecure to even say, oh, well, I want to sleep with another man. No. I want to sleep with another man and another woman. If they want to come together, then all 3 of us can do what we do. We all grown.
Great.
Whoa.
No, ain't no whoa.
Where's the camera?
The thing is, though, it's happening. The thing is, people ain't talking about it openly.
Exactly. They want to keep it hidden.
And people are talking about it, but this thing is, people ain't used to be in certain platforms.
That's right.
The thing is, it's happening. The shit is happening.
Every day.
The shit is happening.
Every day.
The thing is, you're going to be with Tamika on Facebook.
Mhm.
My bad, Tamika. I ain't talking about you. But you gonna that's my sister right there. But you gonna beef with Tamika on Facebook
Mhm.
for years at a time because your dude or your baby daddy is messing with this girl, but he been messing with her for 2 years.
Exactly.
You been beefing with this girl for 2 years.
Yeah.
So y'all might as well come to an agreement to say, okay, then well,
understand.
obviously both of us is satisfying this man.
That's right.
What can we come to an agreement with to make sure that we all balance with each other? Because it ain't got to be like this.
Yeah.
That's why I always come back down to communication.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta be open about what you really want.
And then to one of our users said, it just depends on your own sexual diversity. And that is true 100%.
That is.
Some people are very one-sided when it comes to sex and
That's
sexuality.
That's true.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody said some women are okay with that, just like men. Some men are okay with that, and some aren't. And I agree with that 100% too. And do what works for you. Find some, but find somebody that does what works for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you can't go in there and change yourself for
You can't.
this person, because then your feelings gonna be pushed to the side, and then you're just gonna have to adjust to what that man want or that woman
I'm
wants.
so glad you said that. That's what happened to me.
Yeah. What?
Well, you had to adjust to what they wanted.
No, first of all, you said don't lose yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost myself. I did.
Like, I don't really think you lost yourself. You just didn't know how to be open to what that person was asking. And that is completely fine to not be open to what somebody's asking. If you feel like that's not
lay on your back, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you guys know people, no. You have to slap this thing around, take it here, take it to Cairo, take it over to Mexico. We're going to pop up in Chinatown. We're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that's like that.
And you do.
You know what I'm saying?
And then I think it's a lot of times with men and women, they are so trained to keep sex in the bedroom behind these four walls. Why?
Because sex is taboo in our community.
Well, they need to make it untaboo, because I like to have
the thing is,
friends.
people, it's happening, but it's happening slowly.
Exactly.
And it's happening because people, and I don't want to, I hate. Somebody asked me, why I always got to lead to the church? But it is because you got to understand, as Black people, we are spiritual people. And due to the fact that we are in the South and we are American, a lot of our beliefs are planted in the Black church. So therefore, it all happens because we Black people.
You have your own sexual preference and I have mine.
Yeah. Oh, what you said, everyone has their own unique. That's words. That's something too. You have to read things for what it is.
The last one, the one that said yellow shirt.
Sexuality and preference. Oh, she said yellow shirt has a certain type of sexual preference. Whereas my sister in the middle has a different preference, and that's okay.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fine.
That's okay. Yeah. But the thing is, and we always let's learn the difference between judging and condemning. We all judge.
That's right.
Exactly.
And I might feel a certain type of way about what you do. That don't mean I have to condemn you for what you do.
That's right. Because what you do ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
I don't have to answer
say
for
your
nothing
radio
that you
down,
do.
Mike is off.
That's doing the most Q la la. What's up, Q? So,
like, because with me, I don't have to agree with what you do, because I don't have to answer for what you done in your life. Me, I just got to answer for my own.
True.
So, I just think like people need to understand that you can't put somebody down because of what they done or what they willing to do.
Yeah.
That's just like with sex workers. People are so quick to say, oh, well, strippers are just like sex workers. No, they're not.
Yes.
I know strippers that strip just because they're paying their way through law school.
I know strippers that strip, and
I know strippers that strip,
and they not going home with nobody.
Exactly.
Like I personally know strippers that strip ain't no come meet me. Hey, and if they feel some type of way, hey, I need you to come meet me at the club because somebody keep looking at me or somebody keep doing this to me, and I need you to be outside the door when I get to my car.
Exactly.
I know strippers like that. There are people like that. We get to a point where we stereotype. That's when you get stereotypes. Right. We stereotype.
But I do understand y'all saying great, but you also got some of these ones where they out here sitting out of both pennies, boy.
But that is true,
and that's okay.
That's true, and that is completely fine. That is that woman body.
But
if she want to sell it for $1, if she
free
want to sell
will.
it for $5,
God gave us free will.
Yeah, but
That's
I feel like it's certain things that women do, it draws attention. I feel like certain things men do, right? I feel like women say every man ain't bad, but most women, most dudes bad. I feel like if certain people can pick the stand on it for all. Like you could if you get hurt by a couple of dudes, oh dude's bad. Who tells you that? Just
and you know, I'm
just
glad
you
you
run
said
into
that.
a bad. I feel like people nowadays, when we see something bad for a stripper, when you see a couple strippers going home with you having a good time, you go to marry a stripper like that, and it's not true.
You a damn fool for taking a whole bunch of strippers home for you.
Exactly.
Right?
That's just me.
On what?
You a damn fool.
Because
when you know that is me. Nah, but see that's the thing. The life of the party. Now you the life at the motherfucking health department.
Exactly.
Hey, no fun.
It all comes to self accountability.
That's right.
It's
That's
all
right.
comes to accountability.
That's
I never
right.
forget. I knew somebody who had HIV,
Mm-hmm.
and the person who got the HIV, I knew them too. Who gave them the HIV, I knew them, and I couldn't stand that motherfucker. But then they came to me and they said, "You should stop not liking them because at the same time, I should have been more serious about myself."
That's right. You had to protect.
When they told me that, I had to look at it differently. Because at the end of the day, sex is a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
You should not be having sex with somebody you ain't familiar with any goddamn way.
That's right.
So if I don't know your status, if I don't know what you got going on, then if whatever comes with it, that's on me now. It ain't even on you no more.
Yeah.
Hey, but nah, I'm just staying on the topic, bro. You know. Hey,
No, I get you. I feel you.
You already know me.
I feel you.
I don't mess with strippers. I ain't judgmental, but
Shout out to Queen. And Queen is also the pastor who I was telling you about, my homegirl.
Oh.
So she's the one who really, because she spits some gems every time. Shout out to Reverend Terrence Broughton. I love you. I love you. You know I love you. But so I'm gonna ask you now, your last relationship.
Really?
What did you learn? What positivity did you take from your last relationship?
Shit. Let's see.
Tell me one nothing positive.
It's tough. I mean, we had good times. Can't lie, we had good times. Because I can't even say the communication with them. It was like nothing really.
Mm-hmm.
It was just sticking around for the kids.
So when it made you, what that made you realize about yourself though, that you won't do again?
I will make sure my next real relationship I get in that I actually like communicate my feelings more.
That is. It ain't as tough as you thought it was. See, it ain't as tough as you think it is. You communicate your feelings more. And what made you not communicate your feelings more when you was in that relationship?
Because that person wasn't like open to a lot of conversations.
Okay.
So if somebody's not willing to communicate with you or to like try to understand you, then it won't work.
I say.
Yeah, now see, I had that problem before.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I'm a writer. I love to write. So I would just write everything down. And I used to do it every Friday. Every Friday, I would write everything down because I knew on Saturdays we was going to take road trips. And I would stick it right into the AC vent. I knew he was going to go clean out that car before we got in there. So he was going to see that letter. He was going to get it. He was going to read it. And then while we're on these road trips, doing whatever it was we would do or went, then we're going to have small conversation about the points that I put in the letter.
Wow. Now that is strategic.
Smart.
Yeah, that's strategic.
Smart as hell.
Because like, you got to understand.
That's
like,
what you call ritual too.
Exactly. A lot, like that relationship taught me a whole lot about how you can skin a cat more than one way.
Come on.
You know, people think that you only can skin a cat one way. Absolutely not. Like I used to put posties on the freaking mirror in the bathroom.
Wow.
You know?
I had somebody do that for me, and it was all inspiration.
Yeah. It's little stuff.
And it was that, and I needed it at the time.
Exactly.
Every note, I needed that at the time.
Exactly.
Hey, I ain't never seen the man. My dog, I'm telling you, my dog had a toxic woman. I don't know her name. Hey, I ain't never seen the man. We downtown. We come way downtown. I would come down. My man phone blowing the whole ride. That man man had about 50 missed calls.
I'm on the phone. I'm
Well,
on the
I've done
phone.
that before.
No.
And she,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get your ass here right here, right now.
The blue man up 50 times.
That's toxic. We ain't gonna talk about that no more. We ain't gonna talk about that no more. That we are in a good space right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to deal with that no more. And I ain't gonna deal with that. But I had to deal with that because let me tell you something. A person that knows your body is one of the most dangerous people you have around you.
That's right. That is so true.
So when you dealing with people who know your body, who know like I can bring bullshit to you, but I know how to make you feel good.
Yep.
You're gonna deal with that shit. I'm not at that point in my life no more.
That don't matter to me.
That don't matter to me no more. You know what I'm saying? So for me is I make me feel good. And if I ain't gonna do nothing that ain't gonna make me feel good. And so me too, because how I am, I'm enlightened in what my walk. I feel like too, if I know your intentions ain't necessarily pure for me, or we have the same intentions with each other, I'm not gonna deal with you no more. But I went through that for a long time because I knew for a long time I don't give a damn how much we hate each other. It was gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to get out of that with each other because a lot of us in our community, that's why we have the leading cases when it comes to HIV and AIDS, even though HIV and AIDS was man-made. They try to blame it on some gay shit. That ain't what it. That ain't it.
Not.
It
was
was
a
man-made.
population control.
Come on.
That's exactly what it was.
It ain't about that though. And that's exactly what it was.
It was
but
control
it wasn't
the
about
black
that.
population because
Exactly.
that's where it started at.
So it told us, but at the same time, that was also a blessing because but we had to read into it. Learn how to be more in tune sexually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad I keep my thing in my pants, so I ain't worried about that though.
Well, and then you gotta understand.
Shout out to Pastor Troy.
You gotta understand, like you can have sex with whoever you want to have sex with, but just know before you go have sex with this A, make sure you done got tested before you move on to B. It take 3 months. Okay. Once you have came in contact with HIV or AIDS, with HIV that develop into AIDS, okay?
3 to 6 months.
Yeah, 3 to 6 months to develop. But after 3 months, most people will test positive after 3 months.
True.
So make sure before you move on, spraying your cat and dropping your nuts in somebody, you make sure that you done got tested prior to.
And your body.
Not only you. You have to
and
make
your
sure
body
that
gonna
person-
tell you.
Exactly.
That goes into your RE again.
Exactly.
Your body gonna tell you
first thing you
there's
get
something
is
going
fatigue.
on.
First thing you get is fatigue.
Yeah. There's something going on. A lot of people don't like to take heed to the signs.
Exactly.
You know. But I hope people do. Because you know, when we was younger, we used to judge people. I know when I was growing up, shout out to Mobile, Alabama. I have the best time in Mobile, Alabama. But when I was growing up, they always told us you don't fuck with nobody from no Mobile because they got XYZ. When I grew up, I realized what they said was 90% true. But at the same time, they are, for one, Mobile is a predominantly black city.
Yeah.
But Mobile has, man, there are some really good people in Mobile.
It is.
It's some good people in Mobile. It's some
I've
good
been
history.
hanging out in Mobile
It's some
for the
good
past
fucking
couple
food
days.
in Mobile.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
let me tell you something. You want it? I tell people, now New Orleans got some good food too. I ain't gonna lie. But I've had some of my best food in Mobile. And Houston. Boy, listen, Houston got some good food, but a lot of those people from Houston are from New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, what our people is, it's just taking heed. We live in a generation now that's highly sexually motivated. And people are doing stuff, spitting in mouths. I ain't never gonna be on that. Don't you ever.
Yeah, spit in my mouth. Nigga, you gonna die.
One thing, and you ain't gonna. I ain't never gonna be in a position for nobody to spit in my mouth. I'm always gonna be on top. You feel me?
What got to do with it though?
Oh, don't spit in my mouth even if I'm laying down.
No, don't do that, nigga. You want to die?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't spit in my mouth now. Because I'm
finna say you down with that, ain't you? You down?
Like I said, but look, wait a minute. Like I said, me, I am open to sex. Period.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So if we in that moment and you feel like, hey, just like I'm a nut in your face, Go ahead and spit in my mouth.
Whoa.
Like, what's the
Nut
difference?
and spit is two different things, ain't it?
Absolutely not. What's the difference?
My.
But see, I think it's because in the culture we live in, it's because
Spit is disrespectful.
Come on.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. Me as a woman, I'm 37 years old.
Yeah,
I've had a whole lot of sex in 21 years. And I loved every piece of it. Now I will say recently though, like I done tried a little other things.
Mm.
And it's like, damn, bitch, you need to get back over there. But then I realized like I can't go back over there. So guess what? I'm finna move over here where it's next best at.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like my daddy always said, you always keep an ace in the hole. So I keep an ace in the hole at all times. Because I know Ace gonna give me every single thing that's on this list. B might be saying, oh, well, we don't do that. We don't do that. No, we can't go there.
I ain't doing that though.
But Ace in the hole,
He gonna do
Ace in the hole gonna do it all.
Yeah, he does.
Because no, it ain't that he desperate. It's just that Ace in the hole is okay with his sexuality.
Come on.
So it don't matter what we do and who we do it with.
Oh,
Ace in the hole gonna be down for it because Ace in the hole not only want to please Ace in the hole want to please me.
Because there is a difference between sex and sexuality.
Exactly. Like what do you
Sex and sexuality. Certain people will do things in sex, but then when it becomes with their sexuality,
That's
they
right.
ain't gonna do it.
Exactly.
A woman can say, "Oh yeah, when we having sex when I'm having sex, and if my husband want to invite another woman in, she do whatever to me. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be with a woman."
Exactly.
That's where you get the difference between sex and sexuality,
and it's completely fine.
Yeah, and then I think and I'm gonna point this up out there for see the thing with men is a lot of men don't get that same leeway. You know what I'm saying?
Because men think everything is gay now.
Yeah, but women point out that everything is gay.
Exactly. But and I'm gonna tell you, women are so big on going and say, "Oh, girl, guess what he did to me? He did X, Y, Z. Girl, I think he gay."
He did it to you.
Yeah,
you are a woman.
He's not gay because he chose to do something to you.
You're a woman.
Like, and then women are so they so quick to say, "Oh, girl, he let me do this to him, girl. He might be one of them."
Yeah, see me.
What you mean?
I'm
well,
cool
if you
sexually.
thought that, why would you do it to him?
Why would you do it?
Exactly.
I'm not. I can do a lot of things. I can do a lot of things.
Speak it, Joe.
Jonathan lost words.
The back door is sealed. Okay, but I don't knock nobody who does it.
Yeah.
Because if that's what arouses you, that's what arouses you. Now, in my culture, what we believe in, sex did not start off as a pleasurable thing.
Exactly.
Until Ogun stepped in, which is a deity.
I'm trying to get a pump, wine in the grass, ready to get her.
No, see, that's what Snow. Okay, Snow have sex like a fucking pinball machine. Okay, like you know what I'm saying. You put 25 cents in, that's what you're gonna get. It might not be what you want, but you're gonna get something. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what. All around the corner go all the way around the corner. It's too long.
Hey, not no more. Not no more, boy. Hey, I ain't like that no more. But that's how I used to be, boy. I ain't give a fuck about you.
But I think that's what everybody should just be willing to explore their sexuality, and that does not mean that is. Yeah. Everybody should be able to explore sex the way they want to, but that does not mean that's a part of your sexuality.
Right.
Let me put it like that. You know what I'm saying?
I also think what you're saying is true, but I also think that people shouldn't be judged because like you get people who say
now you can judge.
No, what I'm saying
and that's what I'm getting to. It's a difference between judging and condemning. I can feel some type of way about something, but that don't mean I gotta tell you, oh, you're gonna go to hell. You're gonna feel like that's condemning. I don't have to condemn you for it.
You know what I'm saying? Like what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
You might come in so dude, he ain't into that. But as a woman, she shouldn't feel like, oh, he a boy because that ain't what he on.
True.
I feel like in the world we're living in with relationship, I feel like it's people get judgmental for things they're not on or they're not the level you expect them to be. But who to tell nobody what they, you know what I'm saying, what they should meet somebody in the middle. Like it's certain things that I don't be on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know me personally. It's certain things I'm just not on sexually. I'm just as a person.
Yeah.
So who is the person to tell me, oh, you think like a boy, you a little boy? Who's to tell you to tell me? I'm entitled to think the way I think and move the way I want without being judged. That's me. it's always another man out there that'll take your way off. But if you're gonna mess with me, then this how I am as a person. So you shouldn't be thinking to judge me or call me out my name. Because then when I make you stand on it, or ask you about it, oh no, I ain't saying that. So what are you saying then? Like me, I'm cool with meeting a woman on certain things she don't stand on or do. Because I ain't gonna go into details, but I'm a very, very different type of guy that you probably won't find too many of me.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I won't speak on what I disagree with, but if you know, hey, I had some people be amazed. They be mind blown. I tell them, they be like, huh? They be like, you what? And I'm like, nah, bro. It just, to me, and I'm a say sorts about it. I just think that enough women ain't get treated like a queen. I think it's certain things that I'm not gonna ask a woman who I desire as my queen to do for me, and because I feel like I am low rated. I'm just saying for me. I'm just saying.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me get this. We living in a generation now. I love the black empowerment. I'm on that. But everybody do not qualify as a queen. That's and every man don't qualify as a king.
That is so
because
true.
If that's the case, who the fuck gonna be the servants?
Exactly.
Come on now.
That's right.
So with that though, you should respect the woman that does not qualify her as a queen.
Exactly.
Okay. I think for you, for you though, we've been friends for a few years now, and I've seen your previous relationships.
Yes.
I think I know you're a good dude. I know that. I ain't gonna deny that. But I think though, you too lenient. And I think that you give in too soon.
Yep. That's just what I said.
You give in too soon. This is the thing, man. I tell people all the time, man. I tell people now, when you're 20s, date. Stop feeling like I gotta be married. I gotta feel like I gotta tie down to somebody. Date. Fuck all that. Date. Date, because when you're in your 20s, you are trying to get to know who not only an individual is, but you're trying to know who yourself is. You are, yeah. Date who you want to date, how you want to date them.
That's right.
And that's where we get messed up at. That's why marriages ain't lasting like that. Because people don't know who they are. Yeah. You don't even know who you love or what you like for real. Exactly. You just knew that my mama them did this, my grandma did this, but you ain't never asked grandma, was you happy for real?
Exactly.
You never asked your mama, was she happy for real? You never asked your dad or your granddad, was they happy for real? You don't even know that your granddad probably had a whole family around the corner.
Exactly.
That we talk, oh, that's your JoJo them. No, JoJo your cousin, nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened around the world. I ain't gonna say in the South. This is what happened in America, because see, in this country, this is when you had to keep it secret. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't always like this though, because when you even get to the culture of even slavery, you had people who were breeders because they treated us like animals, and that's where even my bloodline of people. I'm some kin to some people with the last name Magruder. They have a whole section on ABC. They did a fucking whole episode on a dude on ABC named Charles Magruder. He was a black slave. Yeah. His descendants ended up marrying my great aunt, Addie Magruder. That's why I'm some kin to the Magruders in Pensacola now, because of my great grandfather's sister, Addie Magruder. So when you get into that, man, you got to understand that black people, man, we come from different. When we came here, we had to adjust to the culture. But the thing is, though, you could take a tiger and you can raise it in captivity. It ain't never been raised in the jungle before, but it's always gonna be a dangerous animal, right?
That's right.
It's a part because it's the part of his DNA. Exactly. So as black men, when they tell us white men, niggas, I hope this whole nigga, I hate this whole niggas ain't shit movement. But thing is, we are. But this is our DNA to have sex with multiple people. To have sex, but the thing is, we got to learn how to be real, because it's women out there who are accepting the realness of who we are, because they know this is what it is. Right. Y'all two women up in here. y'all both have locks. I don't call them dreads because the term
Oh,
dreads.
nothing
came,
is dreadful about this.
Come on,
honey.
yeah. See, the term dreads come from them looking dreadful to
Other
Caucasian people.
That's right.
So they're called locks, but at the same time, for a lot of spiritual people, they are also called antennas.
Mhm.
And for black people, that's why I have coil, because we are receptors of the sun. We recept
Exactly.
messages from the universe. Okay, that's where the coil come from. Okay, so for black women, when they came into a lot of the culture, now that's why a lot of black women who do have more natural hairstyles now, they are more receiving of situations like that because they now know,
Exactly.
like, this is what it's supposed to be any goddamn way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
for black men, we have to get into ourselves to be like, you know what? Ain't no point of me lying about it no more.
That's right.
Get with a woman that's gonna be acceptable of how you want to live.
That's right.
That's just what it's gonna be.
And then that's the thing. Like, men don't take the time to get to know what type of woman or what woman will go for his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's women out here that will put up with all a man's bullshit. And I know that.
Yeah.
I did it for 21 years. I put up with a whole
That's
lot
a
of
long
bullshit.
time.
It is.
I would have been gone.
But you gotta also but you gotta also understand. You gotta also understand I had 3 kids out of that.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I started at 16.
Your whole family will start out of that.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Everything, foundation and everything was built right off that. Not that he a bad dude. Because at the end of the day, I go to war, I burn Pensacola down about him, and we ain't even together.
I say.
I burn Pensacola down. Because at the end of the day, that's my children's father.
I say.
You know, but it's a lot of men out here that won't open up and say, hey, look, this is who I am. Now let me put my cards on the table. You can either fold this hand or you can play this hand.
Right.
Now he was that type of person. He was the type, you know what? Let me hide my hands, but let me throw these rocks at the same time. And then I had to just sit him down one day when I realized, like, damn, you know what? You sneaking and creeping. Ain't no sense in the sneaking and creeping, because guess what? Whatever you do, I do too. So guess what? When you sneak and creep, like my daddy said, your left hand ain't got to know what your right hand doing as long as they doing it both.
Hello.
So it was like, okay, look, check this. I'm gonna let you know before I go do it, because I'm just that type of person. I'm a very honest person. So I told him, I said, you know what? We got these kids, and you around here doing whatever it is you want to do, but you want to keep me in this house closed up. You want to treat me like a motherfucking toy. Just because you call me toy does not mean I'm a toy. You can't take me out the shelf when you get ready. Because guess what? That ace in the hole been waiting for 4 years. And when I let him know that, he straightened his act up. Now he want to open up and tell me, oh, well, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. How would you think about this? And guess what I said? That door is always open for whatever you want to bring through it. But when she come through that door, she has to know her motherfucking place. Because at the end of the day, I run this. And if I say she got to go, she got to go. It don't matter what situation we in.
Can't lie.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at nobody like that.
It ain't that she denying it, but if you don't fit the qualifications, what I feel like, okay, if you're gonna be a sister wife,
that's right.
If you don't fit the qualifications, then you just can't be it.
That's right.
I feel like, and like I said before, it's just not about sex.
It's not, because now I will say this: it was one particular person that walked through that door. I was okay with it. Never touched the soul. Me and her like this to this day. Cool. But you know what? Me and that sister both. That sister that went to school, she a makeup artist, she an esthetician, she living it good now. So with me and her communicating and talking all day, it was like, you know what? I'm in the medical field, been in the medical field for a while. The medical field is not what I wanted. But the medical field was just a means of permanent money coming in. I knew I can always have a job in the medical field.
True.
So I was like, you know what? Me and her was talking on the phone right before my dad passed, and she said to us, she said, you need to go ahead and do what you want to do. You want to do massages. Go do that. You know what that girl did? That girl sent me $2,500 and told me, go to school.
That's what the fuck is for.
Go to school. And guess what I did? I went and signed up for school. 3 days after I buried my daddy, I'm starting school. I graduated in December as a massage therapist.
She's a good sister. I ain't donating none of my bread.
That's because you still it's still growing up you got to do.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
But
It ain't about
you gotta understand. Me and her were friends. At the end of their relationship, that didn't stop my relationship with her. I never touched this woman sexually. Now, did I have it in mind? Yeah. But I never did. Me and her was just friends because we understood where we stood with this man. You see what I'm saying? So just because me and her sleeping with the same man whenever we got ready and however we wanted to do it does not make us enemies.
I see.
It does not make us enemies. Right to this day, when I graduate school, me and her are going to Brazil.
I see.
We're going to Brazil together. You know why? Because she already got a contract. Okay? So guess what? You can call it riding her coattail, whatever they want to call it.
Do what you gotta do.
She's gonna pull me up. And when she pulled me up, I'm looking back down to pull my next sister up with me. Whether we touching or slipping and sliding or not, I'm gonna pull my next sister up. That's the problem. Nobody wants to pull nobody up. Everybody want to step on their backs to get up, but nobody want to pull nobody up. You got to understand that. Me, I'm not only going to pull a female up, I'm going to pull that man up too. If I see a man that say, you know what, I want to do this, I want to do that. I don't give a damn if you want to cut motherfucking grass or chew bubble gum. Bitch, I'm going to buy you all the bubble gum. Keep chewing, baby. Keep chewing. You got to keep chewing. You know what I'm saying? Keep cutting that grass. Because at the end of the day, I can't put him down for what he want to do. If I'm your friend, then I need to encourage you to continue chewing that bubble gum.
I see.
Right.
You know, but that's how people.
If you're good at the bubble gum, if you're good at chewing the bubble gum,
look, if you're good at that, just keep on chewing. Look, I'm gonna tell you, just keep on chewing, baby.
Yeah.
You'll get good. Keep
if you
chewing.
ain't good at it,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna encourage you to be good at
it.
That is me. That is me. But I ain't perfect either. And even when I give advice on this show, it is not because I necessarily follow it, it's because I know how to follow it. You know, when you see a crackhead and then people say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to say crackhead. I want to say a drug abuser. And you see people who say, oh, well, why would I listen to somebody because you on drugs? But do you think a person that's on drugs wants to be addicted to drugs?
Right. Exactly.
So if they tell you don't try drugs, don't try drugs.
Try it.
Shit, I'm
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right. As you should. And I feel like even for me, it's a lot of things that I talk about on this show, not necessarily saying because I follow it, but because I know how to follow it. And if I did follow it, I know where it can lead me to. You know what I'm saying? When you know better, you do better.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right.
And so for me, I always pray every night that God make me who you want me to be. And if I'm still in who I am right now, obviously God still want me here right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we got some work to do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is about doing the work, man, doing what God wants you to do. And sometimes it's unfamiliar to people.
That's right.
But that's okay. Because if I had a homeboy, I'm big on Black history. And I had a homeboy tell me, you be doing work in vain. When we went to the beach that time. I ain't gonna say his name because that's still my dog. And he said, you be teaching all this stuff, you be having some good stuff, but you're doing it in vain because people don't listen. If one person listened to what I said and encouraged them to research it, what I did wasn't in vain.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. I put the word out there for people to research themselves and do what's best for you. People, we are first and foremost forced to be in marriages and relationships because it's a custom to what our families believe that we should be doing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it ain't for you. You got to learn the person. We feel like we got to stay with them. Listen, I recommend don't move with nobody until you married.
Ooh, hell no.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I'm gonna tell you now, you don't know
y'all can spend night
is
until you stay with them. And I agree with that. Y'all spend night with each other a couple nights. You got a draw over here. You got a toothbrush over here. You come stay over here by a week or two.
But you ain't gonna know that person then, though. You're not gonna know that person.
I feel like you will.
No, you're not, because you know why? Now you done made that place comfortable for that person. All right, you done made it comfortable for this person. So guess what? This person is going to be whoever he or she think you want them to be.
While they in your space.
While they in there.
Oh, come on. All right. Now you
Okay?
teaching me something.
So
out,
now you
Greg.
gotta
Hey.
understand. Because I know me. If I walk up into a house and that bitch better than mine, baby,
I'm
you want me to
standing
take my
over
shoes
here.
off? I don't mind taking my shoes off.
Well, I need to hang my clothes up in there.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start making people take their shoes off in my
So
shit.
now I'm gonna
Exactly, me too.
I'm
Take
gonna
them
be, and I'm gonna do whatever you want me to do in your household. So now you're gonna say, "Oh well, just move on in."
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna move in. Now I'm gonna get comfortable.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'm
Now
ready
I'm
to
gonna
get
start
that
hanging my bra on the shower.
Mm-mm.
You're gonna have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna say nothing
Mhm.
because guess what? You invited me in here.
That's true.
You
You
let
have
me
to get
get
on.
comfortable in here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna dump my cigarette ashes on the back of the toilet.
Mhm.
Oh no, you gonna do straight.
Not that I'm saying not that I would. No, this is what I'm saying. No, this is what
It
I'm
goes
saying.
too far, rodeo.
Not that I will do that, but I'm saying when people get comfortable in your home, guess what people do? They start treating your home like it's theirs.
Theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna realize how they living.
Exactly.
I agree with you 100% on
I
that.
tell them,
Exactly.
hey, no, we don't do that.
Hey,
You can stay a couple
unfortunately,
nights, but you
been
got
my
to-
last
Yeah,
my
outside.
situation now has been a really good situation, but I know for certain people in my past situations, it has been I wish I would have took my time. And the thing with being in a relationships take time.
Mm-hmm.
And we get into it and we think, oh, a year I know you. You don't know nobody. You don't know them. A relationship takes time and it takes commitment and it takes not only you assessing and readjusting yourself, but you're readjusting your thought process of the person that you met before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because people do not stay what you met them the first
They don't.
time. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm getting to know you.
Exactly.
So now I have to pull in myself whether I'm going to love you or whether I can say, I'm going to just let this situation go.
That's right.
And ain't nothing wrong with either one of them.
That's right.
Now, what wrong is when you get into a situation and you know this ain't for me no more. And
But you stay there.
And we deal with that. Let me listen. I'm saying this. I'm not, and let me say this. I'm not pointing no fingers at nobody, but I'm saying this because this is something, because people come to me and they talk and they want to get out of certain things. And so I have been in a lot of different situations before. You know what I'm saying? So I can empathize with a lot of people. Empathize and sympathize are two different things now. So I can sympathize with some people and I can empathize with some people. You know what I'm saying? So I get it though. You get to a point where you feel like, but at the same time though, I want to put this out. When you go into a situation knowing what it is, a person does not have to compromise for you. Because when you agree to being in a commitment with a person, you have already agreed to who they were.
That's right. Yep. That is
so
true.
If that person say, well, I've been in relationships at the time. If I keep on cooking, if I keep on doing this, he ain't gonna do that no more. But they keep on doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That person ain't wrong for doing it because you knew from jump what you was getting yourself into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Accepted it.
You accepted
That's
that.
right.
So we have to get to a point where we have to be strong on the things that we want, because at the end of the day, they're all based off of how we feel like other people should react, how we feel like other people should. Oh, if I love you, you should got to move like this. No,
that's
who
not true.
are you?
Yep.
Who are you to make you feel like somebody got to adjust to how you feel?
That's right.
My man, you don't need.
Who are you?
True.
So at the same time, no, if you don't adjust to that, that's cool. Maya Angelou made that post. When somebody tell you who they are, believe them. We used to laugh at that shit when Tyler Perry said it. But no, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, and you have to accept it at the same time, because you ain't got to change. But then it comes to me whether I'm going to accept this shit or I'm going to say, you know what, I can't deal with this no more. Because, and I just shared a post about this shit too. That's your character. That's who you are.
Yep. And then we had that conversation.
Yeah, that's your character. That's who you are.
Yeah.
So it's up to me, because, man, we be so focused on one person when you got millions of people that God created.
That's why I don't focus on one, honey.
And baby,
keep on in the corner.
We got millions of people that God created, and we can say, you know what? I don't want to deal with this like that.
That's right.
Even if you say, you know what? I think we should just be friends.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm finna go over here and I'm finna try some of this because this is what I want for me. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes what you think you want for you, and when you
it ain't
get
what
it,
you want. It is not what you want. You gonna trade that shoe in real quick because that thing hurting your feet. That's right.
it. That's it. That's
That's
it.
right.
So, but at the same time, you're not wrong feeling like that.
That's right.
Man, my dad, man, me and my dad have a lot of deep conversations. And my dad asked me one time, if a man rob a bank for his family who are struggling, and he get all this money, who are you to say that he's wrong when he felt what he was doing was right?
That's right. He had a family to feed.
He had a family to feed.
That's right.
I look at every situation like that now. If you felt like you was right for reacting the way that you reacted, I can't say you wrong because you felt like you was right.
Right.
Now, because of my standards, I might felt like you was wrong.
See, and that's how people do me.
Yeah.
They get mad because I read.
Fred Sanford.
Go ahead. I'm trying to get this part out.
So that's what I'm saying. Like me, I am a reactor. I will react, especially if I feel like you done stepped on my toes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to react. Now, do sometimes I take my reaction overboard because I don't think before I react? Yeah. Oh, okay, and I agree. I do. Okay, but still, you know what I'm saying? You can't judge me for how I react.
I don't because I love you regardless.
And then most of the time, people that know me, that truly know Toy, they know Toy is only gonna let you push her so far because before she jump off the bridge on your ass. But when she jump off that bridge, it's okay because she have her own reasons to why she jumped off that bridge.
I see.
I'm gonna say this. During the time that I went through my first situation that I was with, on to the second and third, you know what I learned that we as people do? We don't take accountability or we don't take accountability of our action when we is poking. The minute a person react, I'm gonna go around and paint you as the bad. Oh man, it's that. But as a man, I ain't take responsibility for my action. Like people poke you, but then when you react, you wrong. But it's like, what about take your accountability for the times you?
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing with me. A lot like that's why I'm saying me. I'm different. It ain't a woman I've been with that say I ever had to get them out of character or who they is or get them to be something they ain't. Because my instinct is I come to take accountability of, hey, I don't want to see the side of somebody, so I ain't finna push you there. I'm gonna do the least I can to avoid the drama situation. Which like me, got it. Like I ain't finna poke you to get you.
Let me ask you this: are you happy living like that?
Am I? Yeah.
I get that, but man, do you not consider having a man who aren't like that?
I'm happy living like that. I'm happy living like that, man, because
you've been like that. As far as I've known you, you've been like that.
He's very peaceful, even when it ain't peace.
He is a submissive,
very
man.
Very.
You know what I'm saying?
And ain't nothing wrong with him being submissive. Like I tell him all the time, it's okay to be who you are, but you need a woman who's going to understand who you are and not take advantage of who you are. Because in his situation, like earlier, he got stabbed. And you know why he got stabbed? Because he punched that bitch in her motherfucking mouth. The first time she
Look, I'm gonna tell you this, and I do not recommend.
Be violent,
yeah. No, I get you.
Gotta check them.
Yeah, no, I get you. Listen, you weren't the only person who felt that way.
Exactly.
Me personally, I am the type of person I've been in abusive relationships. I feel like I now know how to get out of it. But we've had friends who have told him, who are women, who have told him, you choke her ass up one time.
That's right. And she'll put her motherfucking hands down.
But it's not in him to do that.
It's not.
So he has to find a woman who is his speed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It might not be necessarily what you want at the time.
That's right.
You have to. The thing is this: when we get into situations, we automatically look for intimacy. You have to build, and for a relationship, you have to build a sturdy friendship. be friends with a person first. Then you'll know how they react. You'll know I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Or I can do this and get away with it, or I can't do this and get away with it. And she'll know the same thing. You have to believe, you have to build that sturdy friendship, because we get into a situation thinking, oh, the state's good. We need to be together. We got to stay together. We got to do this together. That shit, that's not how that shit works. You gotta be friends with a person before you actually be with the person for real, for real. But it said, woman really respect you as a man if you are submissive to her, ladies. So how y'all feel? If a man is submissive to you, can you respect the man?
I can.
You can?
I can too.
Because at the end of the day, if he submit to me, I'm gonna submit to him.
Right.
Most
And
American
if
men
you
are
bring
submissive.
me that, if you bring me that alpha male attitude, I was raised by men. I'm gonna give you that right on back.
You gotta be a daughter of Shango. But most American men are submissive. It's foreign to me when men say their wife says they can't. The thing is this: submissive does not mean that I'm gonna just do whatever you tell me to do. That's not being submissive. Submissive means that I'm going to break down my wall. I'm going to be calm. What I can do to make this relationship work, that's what I'm going to do.
That's right.
That's what being submissive is. Submissive has nothing, because we niggas get it twisted.
People think being submissive means being a doormat, letting
somebody that ain't being submissive. That being dumb.
Exactly. You ain't finna put your foot on my neck and think it's all right.
Exactly. Being submissive is that I see where this relationship can go, and so I'm gonna shut my ass up, or I'm gonna calm down. Because even as men, they say happy wife, happy life. That's men being submissive.
That's right.
But at the same time, a woman has to know too, a man is the lead. So sometimes you don't even need to say nothing. Let that man handle that. And if that man ain't handled it before you, because a man should handle things first.
That's right.
If the man ain't handled it before you, then maybe you need to find you another man.
That's right.
Because maybe he need to go through some trials to make him more feasible for the position.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We have to understand that sometimes people that we are attracted to are on different levels than us. And it ain't on that level right then. I can't fuck with you like that. So let me go on to
what I gotta
do.
You know, men, when men talk, and women do this too, because I know I'm good at calling a woman a bitch, but it ain't in no disrespectful way. It's just when I'm talking to a woman, it's like, bitch, girl, guess what? But men, they have a habit of when they talking to their homeboys, is this bitch, this hoe, this what? Okay, that's cool. That's how y'all talk.
Yeah.
But there's no man that's going to allow his homeboy to call his woman outside of her name.
I do not believe in I don't even call women bitches.
Yeah.
Because I always imagine ain't no man gonna call my mama all my sisters no bitch. Since I was a kid, I always felt like that because I've seen my mama grow up in an abusive relationship. So for me, I always felt like when I got older, can't no man call my sister. And I've corrected men before. I don't give a damn how close she is with my sister. Because some people have that relationship.
Yeah.
Not in front of me.
That's
you call her whatever you want to when I ain't around. When you're in front of me, don't call my sister no bitch.
That's right.
And don't cuss. I don't even like my friends to cuss in front of my mama. And we grown. You know what I'm saying? But because of how we grew up, I feel like you have to respect the woman. First and foremost, they always make it seem like a man is the creator of all things. But you have to have a womb to create.
Exactly.
A womb creates all things. So therefore, you cannot tell me, I understand, I believe that God is of feminine, of masculine energy, but I also believe that God has to be of feminine energy to bore any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like as a man. I'm not gonna let a woman, because especially now as Black women, they already don't get the respect they need, not only from us, but from society. And then white women, they had the women's suffrage and women, Black women back then, they was leading on the church in the 60s, 50s and shit like that. So they felt like, oh, we have to be in these groups to get empowered. No, y'all, then they only use y'all for numbers. They didn't like y'all for real.
Exactly.
So now we are left again with the burden of the Black woman. So what we gonna do about it? One thing I can say about the Israelites, people don't like the Israelites. They can come kind of hard. I had the Israelites on my show a couple weeks ago. But one thing I do like is the fact that the women are very strong women. They are very strong women. And especially deal with the Israelite. Because the Israelite is a very strong man.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? So I think for women, period, all across the bed, men create life, women carry it. And I agree with that too.
Yeah.
because the sperm, you need the sperm to make some shit shake.
That's
But then that also shows too, we still need each other.
That's right.
Gotta be neutral.
Yeah.
We gotta be neutral. You gotta be neutral. So I gotta respect how you feel in order for you to respect how I feel, and we come to a even ground with each other.
But then again, man, I feel like fast. I feel like everybody gotta be mindful. I feel like going into talking to people nowadays is like
Yes.
people. You gotta come evenly. You gotta come evenly correct. You can't come with the like it's more my way or the highway. Because the previous situation, so I had somebody pretty much like like you got to earn their feelings, but when it comes like it's you like your feelings don't matter, but you got to earn their feelings. I'm like, wait, baby, like you can't talk to a dude and pretty much they can feel like what he stand.
Yes,
for.
they can.
Don't.
Yes, they can. You me tell you why they can.
Don't matter.
You know why they can? Because we got to start doing the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you start telling what you request out of a situation, you could do the same thing. If a woman telling you what she want, what she don't want, you can say as a man, well, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. We can do the same thing. So we got to stop being offended by people making requests for what the hell they want. You go to a job, you do a job interview. That job tell you, well, we paying this an hour. You say, all right, well, I want no more. It's all the same thing.
You have to negotiate every contract.
Exactly.
And relationships are contracts.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I feel like like you tell somebody, oh, they feelings don't matter, your feelings matter. How can you speak on you? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. That's when a person say, "Hey, your feelings don't matter to me. Only my feelings matter." In this
now,
situation.
when you say that in words like that, like how she just said it, that's a different
it's completely
situation.
different.
So
So now, and that's what I know you're saying. So then your response should have been, "Okay, baby girl, look, I ain't ready for that because I need my feelings to be valued too. Just like you want your feelings valued, you're gonna have to value mine." And when that person would have said, "Well, no, because your feelings don't mean nothing," you know what I would have did? I wouldn't have signed that motherfucking contract. Let that bitch sit right there. Go on about your business, baby.
You gotta
Let me go on to the next.
hold your ground as a man.
That's right.
You gotta hold your ground as a man.
That's right. And then a lot of men, this is, I've been like, I've been having a little fun. I've been dibbling, dabbling and stuff, right? So I had this one guy to say, "I ain't got nothing. I don't know why you want to talk to me. I'm a nothing nigga." And I was like, you know what? Maybe I see more in you than you see in yourself. But in the process of trying to build this man up because I saw more in him than he saw in himself, you know what? That tore me down. Building this man up.
Listen, it ain't your job.
And you know what? I realized that. You know what? Some men will allow you to come into their life and build them up. But the men that won't let you build them up, guess what they always gonna be? Until they realize that they are more than what they see or more than what other people see of them. They always gonna be at the bottom of the barrel because they don't have the self-esteem that they need to have.
Yeah, but man, we have to work on our self-esteem. We definitely have to work on that. We have to work on our self-esteem. And we look at women, we be like, "Oh, well, she gonna get her body done. Oh, she got low self-esteem." We be dealing with the same shit.
Exactly.
We gotta go get haircuts every week. A woman when we had that show before, one of my classmates, she got her body done. And she said, people talk about it, but that's just like a man. Every week he gotta go get his haircut. That's an adjustment for you. You're critiquing your body, your image to look a certain type of way. I never thought about it like that. That shit really woke me up. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
That's right.
Because I like to have a haircut. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I had to realize I had to appreciate a woman because at the same time, you are also telling me I have insecurities about myself.
That's right.
And I'm trying to fix it. And if this is what's going to make me feel good, I have to let you make yourself feel good.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So as Black men, we have to put ourselves in situations where we make ourselves feel good. They got people, it's a brother now going live on social media. He played football. Brother, he was already buff, but he done got his waist snatched. You seen that? Big dude.
Abs and
Bro, if I find a nigga doctor, I'm thinking gonna get me. Because they said what Gucci did.
Yeah, that's what they say.
They say that what he
that's
did.
What he did.
I'm gonna give me some abs.
Hey, you
And,
got the
boy,
money for it,
don't
go
ask me to
back.
wear no shirt. I ain't even know what a shirt is. You gotta tell me to spell it.
I'm gonna be honest,
What?
honey, because soon as I hit 45, baby, I'm getting my whole body done. I'm getting my teeth done. I'm getting a nose job. I'm getting my ears pinned back. I'm not gonna be this toy right here.
Please tell me you're gonna be recognized. We know you are cousin. Why don't you looking like the
I
Jackson?
just might.
Have y'all seen OG
be.
Nia Lee? OG Nia Lee. She's like big on love and hip hop and stuff like that. But she looks totally different, but she looks the best plastic surgery.
Oh yeah. I know.
Like she look good, but she don't look like herself.
She don't look like
just
herself,
like K Michelle. But K Michelle looks good.
Yes.
But K Michelle don't look like K Michelle.
Exactly.
She looks like Carolyn. You know what I'm saying?
Carolyn Michelle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a different, but at the same time, man, we are granted these opportunities to adjust ourselves. But at the same time, too, we have to change the definition of what love and what natural beauty looks like and stop balancing it off or basing it off of what European beauty is. That's what we do. We get a hair straightened. Because I had a conversation with somebody and they was talking about Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker, I don't know if y'all saw the movie of Madam C.J. Walker. She stole the lady recipe.
That's right, she did.
And on top of that, though, when I thought about it, I sat back, I said, you really just opened the door to have Black women look more white.
Yeah.
Women wore afros and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then they got back into it in the 70s and 80s. Now, women got back into it, but then that's when, let me tell you something about the government. They always throw in. When we have a revolutionary period, they'll throw in something to mess us up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
in the 1950s, 1960s, we had people revolting. We had Martin Luther King. We had Malcolm X. We had all kind of Medgar Evers. We had all kind of people that was really doing it. They killed them. Okay. So then when we got into the 80s, we had people doing the same thing. We had HBCUs getting popular. I'm Black and I'm proud. They got damn sororities and shit doing their thing. They threw drugs in the mix. So now what they do now, they throw the music. And when they throw the music in the mix, it makes people think, oh, I gotta be drugged, I gotta be a killer. So now they be like, you know what, we ain't gonna do nothing no more. We're gonna let these niggas kill themselves.
That's what they do.
And that's what they doing now. That's what they doing now. We have to wake up and get out of that and realize the music is very influential. And then they tell us, oh, well, Satan was the person over the music department. And then they put it in the music.
Exactly.
And then people ain't breaking up.
And now
you listening to that. And now you believe in it. Like, and then especially for younger adults who aren't mature enough to think for themselves, they don't know what's right or wrong, because a lot of these people that y'all listen to, they don't live like that.
Exactly.
They don't live like that. They ain't gotta live like that. That's when they was all like saying that Takeoff was at a dice game. If I had money, you think I'm gonna be at a dice game?
Hell no.
Like, I'm not gonna be in no dice game. Dice? Who play dice? Boy, I got money. Nigga.
I was doing that when I was broke. Yeah.
And I ain't gonna be there all night.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we definitely, bro, we having this Kanye West conversation. Oh, we're gonna have to get into the Kanye. But let me tell you this: Kanye ain't wrong. I'm gonna get it, and that's when you get into the Israelites. That's when you get into the Jews. But then, too, though, that's when you get into the Aboriginal people as a whole. It ain't about no Jews and no Israelites. That's when you get into the original people as a whole being Black and white people taking over. But the thing is, though, with that, I was in a barbershop and they was talking about it, my barbershop. And so many news reporters who were Black was coming against Kanye West, and it's a player.
Kyrie.
Yes, about that. And people said he should just shut up. That's what's wrong with you niggas now.
Always saying shutting up. Yep.
Yeah, shut up, because you ain't getting paid. It ain't about money. And that's where the love of money, because people say money is the root of all evil. No, the love of money is the root of all evil. So when you forget your morals because you love money so much, you got a problem.
Yeah.
I never give up on my people about no money. That's why I talk the way I talk on my show, because this is for us, by us. You get what I'm saying? So I talk how I talk because I want us to realize, it, regardless if we have different views, we got a bigger picture going on. When you look at the story of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tulsa wasn't the first city or the last city that went through that. When you look at it, you have to also understand too, Tulsa could have been built back if Black people when got into their whole privilege thing. Oh, I can shop at Sears now, so I'm finna go to Sears. No, put that shit in your own community. I always put money into our own community. You know what I'm saying? White people, they do that.
That's right.
When they kids go shoot up schools, because we don't do that.
No.
When they kids go shoot up schools, they support them 100%.
That's
we
right.
do. R. Kelly went through that shit.
Oh, everybody turned against him.
He did it.
Yep.
He did.
We ain't listen to his music no more. Instead of saying, what happened to you to make you want to do that?
That's right.
Get to the base of it.
Yep.
What happened to you to make you want to do that? All of a sudden, it came out that he was molested.
Yep.
Because somebody finally asked the question, what happened to you to make you feel the way that you feel?
But nobody cared.
Nobody
what
cared.
happened. Because for one, he Black. And whatever happened didn't really happen, because in the Black community, in the Black family, everything is swept up on the rug. You don't say nothing that happens.
Well, what happens in this house stays in this
this
house.
house.
I tell my nephews all the time. I tell my mom this. My nephews do crazy stuff. I never tell. I got 4 nephews. I never tell them don't tell.
That's right.
Because I want them to be always to be honest with me. Because
That's right.
that will hide the pedophiles.
That's right.
All that shit. No, if somebody touching on you crazy, come tell me.
That's right.
So I tell my mom all the time. And now my family has gotten to the customs. You know what? You right.
That's right.
I don't know what happened, and they might get on your damn nerves because they come tell you stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Mama, Uncle Jen. I'm like, what? He opened the refrigerator. I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not gonna tell you don't come tell me that, because I want you to feel comfortable to tell me, because somebody might do something to you one day and you might not feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why I have open lines of communication with my children. My children, like I say, 20, 14, and 10. You can come tell me whatever you want to tell me. And guess what? I'm gonna investigate the fuck out of it. Bitch, you can tell me. You can tell me it's the rain is orange. Guess what? I'm going to look and make sure that the raindrops orange. I know they ain't, but I'm going to look just in case. Because I never know. It might be. So let me go look.
And it just might be your look one day.
Exactly.
It might be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to pay attention to the kids. I tell people even now, I mean, when I was growing up, I used to see stuff. My mama never believed me. And I went to church one day, and Apostle Dean, shout out to Apostle Dean, told my mama, we never had a conversation about it, but she walked up to my mama out the blue and said, you know, your son can see stuff. And mama's like, I know it. And I'm looking at my mama as a child. I'm like, nigga, you don't believe me when I be telling you I be seeing stuff. She said, I know it. But I think even for her now, because, you know, you got to accept the fact that our parents are healing from things they never told us about. You know what I'm saying? So now, me being the age I am now, my mama almost 50. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, for her to hear that, it was confirmation for her too. Like, okay, well, maybe he was telling the truth about the stuff he saw. And she told me, she said, yeah, he sees stuff all the time. When your child tell you, oh, it's I got an imaginary friend. I got this, I got that. And people be like, oh, no, you don't. Yes, they do.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Like, yes, they do. It be some stuff going on. Man, I saw so much stuff growing up as a child. And nobody never believed me what was going on. And I had to develop within myself not to be scared of what was going on.
Exactly.
I'll never forget my auntie told me one time, who believed me because we saw the same thing one time. She said, say, I plead the blood of Jesus. And that's why even too, in my culture, we believe that Jesus is Obatala. I still know that the name Jesus is very powerful. I don't give a fuck what your spiritual system is, but the name Jesus is a powerful name. And then it might not be but what you believe in no more. But at the same time, it's still that's just like Hitler. You know what I'm saying? It's still a powerful name. Man, I can see us having some great conversation. You hit my inbox and I got back with you, dropped a couple of I'll put show. We got bro, we gonna get together. He owns a Jamaican spot in Fort Walton. So we'll definitely get up together though. But we'll go wrap it up. I appreciate y'all being coming in with us tonight. We talked about some real stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything going on y'all want to put out there?
Nothing.
I got a clothing brand.
Oh, what's up?
This is my clothing brand. I do. It's not really like hot.
Don't say that.
Girl, it's
not
hot.
yet.
It's hot.
It's
you got
hot.
it on, though.
Not yet.
Let me tell you
got
something.
it on.
Don't ever let nobody, even yourself, tell you got a little business.
That's
Here's your
right.
little business. Stop saying that.
That's right.
What you see within yourself, where you want to go, you got to already speak it. I had to learn that within myself. Shout out to Corwin, who do a lot of work. He do my graphics. He did our fly-in stuff tonight. Corwin do all kind of clothing brand. That man do every damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He is an artist. If you want a picture painted and it look realistic, he does all of that.
Yeah, he
Don't ever underestimate yourself.
That's right.
But you believe in yourself, you gotta speak into yourself because anybody
Whatever
them
you
seeing
put
it.
out there, that's what you're getting back.
That was so you got a big clothing brand.
right.
What's your clothing brand?
It's called Clover.
Come on.
And yeah. So
I've been trying to get one forever.
But don't say that because you said you was gonna come out with your old clothing brand too.
And he ain't did it yet, right?
Come on now.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to support my friend first, and then before I get started, that's all.
It ain't about that.
No, y'all can
Y'all
support
can all
each other,
get
come
piggyback.
together.
It ain't about even piggybacking, feeding off each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
I should have pushed you then.
Yeah.
You know who else should? It wasn't just about you. The women he was with should have pushed him.
Exactly.
Yep, you're right.
That's the whole point.
That's right.
Don't be in a relationship and the person you with ain't
if
pushing
they can't push you where you need to be.
Exactly.
That's right. For me, I am a massage therapist. Soon to be a licensed massage therapist. December 23rd, I'll be licensed because I will be passing my exam. I do pull up and do massages. I do chair massages. I do full body massages. I do deep tissue sports. Whatever massage you want, I got you.
I got somebody.
And I also do body scrubs also.
Yes.
Men and women like they body scrubs.
That's it.
So I do body scrubs.
My back already hurt. Like, nah, go show it over again.
Well, sit your ass down. So
No, I'm trying to shout somebody business. I got a car.
yes. Make sure.
Hey, they talking about that. Josh Mackey business.
Oh yeah. Action service. So basically, it is like it's a one-stop shop. They do tree service, they do handyman, lawn service, detailing cars, pressure washing, and that's what they do.
Yes. Make sure y'all follow Jamaican Energy. And he got merch and everything, man. And he said, send me your merch. I'll pull up and that's one thing they do, man. Make sure too, my brother who up here, my brother Roy, y'all probably cannot say his name because I can't even say his name right here. This brother right here.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to block my brother. But him right here, but he got a really good lawn service. And he's a mechanic. He do both.
Oh, I need
So yeah, make sure y'all get with my brother, man. My brother Roy. A lot of y'all might know him as Roy. But get with my brother, man. He is up at E5 culture. But he do some really good stuff. So man, like I said, my thing is always pushing the black down in the black community. We got a lot of stuff going on. Make sure y'all find y'all some side hustles. It's okay working a 9 to 5.
That's right.
But at the same time, we are going to get, and next year is going to show us. If COVID didn't show you nothing else, it shows you need some extra money from coming from somewhere else.
That's right.
So next year is going to be an eye opener for us too. Because the thing is, man, we gonna keep going through stuff like this.
That's right.
And we have to, as a black community, we got to get better because even if we see it, when you look into California, the Mexicans who are a part of us too, the Mexicans, they don't give a fuck about us. So we have to get into a culture of looking out for each other.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, put black dollars in the black community. That's what.
And then that's the thing. I think that's what a lot of us as black people do. We so quick to down somebody else. You so quick to go to this kitchen beautician and get your hair braided, but then you don't want to pay her prices.
You want to pay her
but
prices.
You will go down here to this African shop, pay them $400-$500.
So
what? And they talk about you like a dog. You don't understand what the hell going on.
But you won't go to your homegirl who braiding hair right in her kitchen. You go to your homegirl house, guess what? You finna get some food, you finna watch TV and everything.
And then if she piss you off, you're gonna go and tell on.
Exactly.
Ain't that some bullshit?
Look, but you ain't telling on them Africans. You don't know how many of them licensed.
What?
If they even licensed.
I ain't gonna talk about no listen, because I'm in.
What they say?
I'm into African spirituality. I ain't gonna knock on nobody, but at the same time, I'm American first.
That's
so,
right.
And the thing is, we always go to different countries. We're like, oh, I wish I was this. Well, I wish I was that. Being American is significant itself. Do you know how many people die just to come over here and live?
Right.
They got a whole wall built up.
Exactly.
Of people trying to come over here. And shout out to the black Mexicans that nobody likes. Yeah. We have a lot of black Mexicans that are from Pensacola, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But man, we appreciate y'all for checking in with us tonight. Make sure y'all check me out each and every Thursday night. These are our podcasts on here, Real Women Radio app, Twitter, YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube page. And Twitter, and y'all have a good, and make sure y'all follow the queens, and tell them where they can follow you at.
I am on all social media platforms. Facebook is Sugar Hicks. Do I want to give out my Snapchat?
Don't give out your personal.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What about they can find you at?
You can find me on Facebook, and it is my personal because that's all I really do on.
Yeah.
And it's Latoya Johnson on Facebook.
Yeah, you can find me on there too. Find me on Facebook.
Lord.
I feel like
Don't post shit.
Relationships, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Relationship,
Scriptures.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, for checking in with us tonight. Make sure y'all download the RWR Live 365 app. And make sure y'all check out the G Spot podcast each and every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. And catch us out. We only got a couple weeks left before we end out our my second, because y'all know I'm the host of this shit. My second season of this show, man. This is my baby for real. And I've had people try to take me off my horse. But man, I always keep God first.
That's right.
And,
Put your foot in them stirrups.
Yeah, I put God first, man. And God, I'm stronger than what I thought I was. Yeah, and so I appreciate y'all, man. And make sure y'all always put God first. And if y'all out tonight, make sure y'all drive safe. You always keep God first. Clean y'all houses. I don't know why this just popped up in my head. I always listen to Ori. Somebody need to hear this. Make sure y'all clean y'all house, because a cluttered house keep negative energies in your house. Okay. And two, shout out to my sister Sashay, who do cleansing. Women, make sure y'all get y'all wounds cleansed, because when y'all be letting a lot of niggas what's up in that thing, they're keeping their energies up in there. So y'all be wondering why things going on around y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all wombs clean, because that is very, 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 very important to get y'all wombs clean. And so y'all can prosper and be what y'all supposed to be, because women are very, very strong too. And I'm gonna give y'all a little secret right now. Why do y'all think that women aren't allowed to do a lot of things while they're on their period? But you have to go back and think too. Y'all know when we first heard about root work, we always heard about women using
pure blood.
I'm gonna let y'all think about that. And I want y'all to go research that. Hey, y'all have a good night tonight, man. Our love. I love y'all, man. And if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all, if y'all want to inbox me, the G Spot Podcast 67 at yahoo.com. If y'all want to come on the show, or y'all just inbox the page, and we'll definitely get with y'all if y'all want to be a guest on the show.